Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at the footage of someone getting in a white car, which could be the same white car Wax was on about in his video. And Mariana thinks she has solved the case. So if you haven't seen Wax's video about the white car with a motorbike, which looks like it's following the car, then go and check it out, because I think it could link to this video that I'm gonna show you in a minute. But Wax was saying that this car pulls over and it looks like they are searching for someone. And the same white car and a motorbike was seen at the Airbnb. So could this be someone who was after Jay? And who was actually in this car? In this video that I'm showing you now, you can see a person walking across the road, jumping over the white barriers. Then that same person waits there and gets picked up by a white car that comes down the mountain. When we saw the video the first time, I suspected that it could have been Brandon trying to get away from the Airbnb after something had happened. But after seeing Wax's video, it could be something completely different. So we have seen that a white car pops up in multiple pictures, once in the Snapchat picture that Jay allegedly took, and as Wax pointed out, it was in the background of the picture of Jay with his cousin. But that's not it, because in Rocky's video, we see two white cars, one bigger car and the smaller one that keeps popping up in pictures. In the video that I have just showed you, 3 cars are seen driving up the mountains, and after the first one goes past, you can see a bigger car and one that could possibly be the smaller white car that is in Jay's Snapchat picture. If you remember, Ayub doesn't mention Rocky being at the Airbnb much in his podcast. It's like he kept forgetting that Rocky was even there. After he says Rocky went straight to sleep, that's the last we heard about him. Who was driving these white cars? Because the video that Rocky took suggests that other people knew the location of the Airbnb. And maybe Rocky didn't actually stay at the Airbnb, because in Jay's Snapchat picture, you can see the white car, so it could have turned up just after Jay arrived at the Airbnb. 2 white cars could have turned up, the bigger one that picked up Rocky and the other one with more people in it who went to the Airbnb. In the video that Ayub showed us, all we saw was his black car and the small red car that was next to it. So what's stopping people turning up in this white car? And I personally don't believe that Jay took these pictures. But if he did, maybe he was trying to show people that he was in danger after another car turned up, maybe with LK and others inside it. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason Jay left in a hurry. Apparently, Jay was happy enough to go back to the Airbnb with Ayub and Rocky, so if this white car turned up with other people, maybe that's when Jay started to panic and wanted to leave. In the video with the person walking across the road and jumping the barriers, could this be someone searching for Jay after Jay left the Airbnb? Because Mark seems to have information that proves Jay left quickly and he was scared. Did Jay escape from the Airbnb, which is why this white car is seen searching for someone, and maybe someone got out to look, then got picked back up? You can see 3 cars driving up the mountains, then 1 car comes back down to pick this person up. There is definitely something about these white cars which is very strange. So let's move on to what Mariana had to say, because she reckons that she has solved the Jay Slater case.
What's happening, TikTokers? What's happening, YouTubers? I hope you're well and I hope you've had a lovely day. I'm a sweaty mess because I've just got out the gym, but we're going to discuss it. Yes, I'm on a Manic episode 2.0, but I genuinely think I've cracked the code with Jay Slater and I'm going to tell you why. Right, we're going to get to it, okay? So, this article, let me move out of the way, 21st of June 2024. This was an article on Debbie Duncan, which is Jay Slater's mum, right? Okay? Hear me out. Please let him go. Mum fears that the Tenerife teen was abducted. What a weird thing to suggest. What a weird thing to think that your son was abducted days after he was classed missing. But this is where the points come and this is where we do some comprehensive reading. I've also highlighted for references. Right. The mother of the missing teenager, Jay Slater, has urged anyone that may be holding him hostage to please let him go. Why would she think he was being held hostage if he just went on holiday with his friends for a party? There's another thing. I need to move this so you can see it. School finance officer Debbie, if anyone does have him, just let him go. He's not a bad person. Maybe he's got him with the wrong strangers. Very weird, very cryptic, not very demure.
So I did think that Debbie had a feeling that Jay was kidnapped, and at the start, I did think that he was being held because of a debt, which is why the GoFundMe was set up for £10,000, then went up to £30,000, and so on. That could still be the case, but I think if Jay was actually kidnapped, and after thinking about it for ages, I just think Warren would have come out and said something instead of spending his time searching in the mountains. There still might be a drug debt involved in this case, but if Jay was kidnapped and the family 100% knew this, then surely something would have been said.
So this article here talks about Tom Hilton, which is very interesting because I raised a point on this last night or early hours this morning. So basically, Tom Hilton, Jay Slater and his group of mates split his skull open with a machete and they chased him with golf clubs. Tom Hilton was only 17. This was last year when this happened, right?
So the attack on Tom has been questioned a lot, and it was a possibility that what happened to Jay was done because of this situation, and it was deemed a revenge attack. Now the problem is, the attack happened in 2021, not in 2023. It was the sentencing that happened in 2023, which is why Mariana might have got mixed up. Tom Hilton could definitely be involved in what happened, but we still have no proof that he was in Tenerife around the time Jay went missing.
There was 8 of them that were convicted of GBH. This is Jay Slater and friends. Sorry, Jay Slater and friends. I'm going to move out of the way so we can see the bottom of this article now. His mum Debbie broke down in tears as she added, if he's got himself mixed up with any trouble, just let him go, just let him go. It's been 3 days, he's in the same clothes. If he's been dumped in the mountains, it's hot and then it's cold at night. Why would she assume he's been dumped? And also, why would that come after this article? We're going to progress. Debbie Duncan proceeds to add, has somebody taken him? Is he panicked and lost in the mountains? I just don't know. That's why if anyone has any information, please tell us. That's also why they had the GoFundMe. But the most important thing here is, let's have a read of this bit. I'm not stupid. I've been to Tenerife before. I've worked abroad myself and I gave him warnings. I just think if anyone has got him, let him go. She's worked abroad before and she's given him warnings. Warnings about what? There's our boy Jay Slater here. Hang on. Let me move out of the way. R.I.P. Jay Slater. She's given him warnings and she's worked in Tenerife before. She knew what he was going out there for. But this is where the good bit comes. Put the filter on. Very demure. Very nice. So, Jay Slater's mum knew, I think, Thomas Hilton was going out there. I think Brad and Lucy knew Tom Hilton was going out there. I didn't think Jay knew Abe was out there, but I think Jay had an inkling that Thomas Hilton and friends would be out there. That's why he had doubts and he didn't want to go on holiday. Yet his friends and mum convinced him to go. Let's not forget, Brad got a phone call. And he was on the phone to Jay, or he received a phone call and he saw something not very nice because he had really bad nightmares and he couldn't sleep. Tom Hilton called Brad, I think, and that's where they saw something happen to Jay Slater through Tom and friends. That's who was in the 2 cars, going up to the Airbnb. Tom and Abe are linked. They know each other very well. Lucy and Tom know each other very well as well, because there's a photo of them in Malta on, is it May or March the 4th last year? Interesting, they know each other. It's all very linked. He didn't fall. He didn't go missing. He got taken by Tom Hilton and co, and they did something very bad to him. This is my thought, and this is my theory, and this is what I'm standing on.
This is where I personally think that Mariana has got this wrong, because there is no way Debbie planned for this to happen and knew Tom was going to be in Tenerife, which is why she persuaded Jay to go. I just don't believe that. Lucy and Brad, maybe, but there is no way Debbie planned for Jay to be set up. Even if Jay did owe people money and was in debt, for his own mum to set him up, is something I don't think happened. In fact, that would shock me the most if it turned out to be true. Also, I have said before, we have no proof of Ayub and Tom knowing each other. It's definitely possible, but there is no actual proof. So until we find proof of Tom and Ayub being close, then you can't say that you have solved the case. We do know that Lucy and Tom knew each other and were friends, because they are friends on many different Facebook accounts, so that is true. Also, Brad having nightmares is something I believe could definitely be correct. But this theory of Jay's mom apparently setting him up, and Tom calling Brad and showing Brad videos of Jay being attacked, is something I do not believe. If Tom did attack Jay, why would he phone Brad and show him? That is so risky. Don't get me wrong, Tom could be involved in this. But the way Mary Anna has explained this, I just don't think she has solved the case at all. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.